Hey guys, y'all know how it is. We got to work that thing out. Hey, this is the Antidote show. And we kind of late, so you might not catch it till tomorrow, but it's okay because it's done anyway. All right, but we are in LA, and they time is totally different from our time. I got jet lag. I only packed 2 bags, but I got 4 bags. I got two underneath both eyes. Okay, y'all just don't even know how tired I am. I had two shows Tuesday and Wednesday at UNLV. Shout out to UNLV and whatever that boy's show was. What was it? Shenanigans. I had to remember because it was just so much. He spelled it a crazy way. But Shenanigans, that radio show up at UNLV. I'll see y'all again on Tuesday. But guys, I have a special treat here. Now, I'm from the Atlanta area here. I thought that Atlanta traffic was bad. Baby, LA traffic. LA traffic put Atlanta traffic to sleep, okay? This traffic will make you grow gray hair, blue hair, all kind of hair is going to come out in this kind of traffic here in LA. But it's okay. We made it. We made it. I ain't even going to tell y'all my stories of the day, child. I went to win a rental car. You know what they came out for me with? A 11 passenger van. So we got the Antidote TMC van outside.
And that was the
van looks like a coroner.
Most definitely. I was like,
you can pick up like 4 dead people.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I said, lady, you got to be kidding me.
That's a coroner van.
I had to know it was something. When they said $100 for the rental, I should have known it was either a smart car or hearse. Okay. But I'm just telling you. But however, we are here on the Antidote Show live here with two of my good friends that's been with me since we started at Comcast. Can you believe it? It's been 10 years.
Wow.
10 long years, but they've been doing great things. Y'all seen them on TV. You've seen them on commercials. You've seen Stacy in see-through drawers, child. So you have seen them everywhere. But I am so excited and so grateful for them to take time out to meet with me tonight. I am so excited, guys. So I have Maria Howell and Stacy Hall here with me. Yay!
All right.
Give it up. So Maria, I know y'all. What is really? Y'all left Atlanta to come to this traffic? Are y'all kidding me?
You gotta come to the traffic. It's Hollywood.
That's the way you make it.
You gotta have 3 cars because they all break down before you get where you're going.
Right. Stop by Pole gas station.
Okay.
For real. So listen, guys, we're gonna get right to it. Especially, I know if you on the East Coast, y'all ready to go to bed. My mama called me. She said, "I ain't going to bed until I see your show."
Hey, mama.
My mama, she is my biggest fan. Now she ain't my fan. She my mama. Okay. When you close to your mom, you don't become fans when you aunts and uncles and stuff of celebrities, right? You've been fanning all your life, right? So my mom, I love you, mother. I know. I'm so glad you're feeling much better.
Hey, what's up? What's up, moms?
Yes, she can't stand you, Stacy.
Ever since I showed up and I didn't have no tie on to your 40th
Stacy came to my 40th birthday, and it was black attire, and he didn't come with a black tie. And my mom been livid, and it's almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time she see me, she said, "Why don't you have a tie?" I said, "Because it's hot outside and we're not in the church."
It was in November.
No, I'm saying every time I see her, she still asks me
why
you don't have the tie on.
Okay, so guys, let's get to this because we can be doing this all night. So let me ask you guys. So since in 10 years, a lot has gone on, a lot has happened.
Not a lot.
But give me some of your greatest accomplishments in those 10 years. What we'll say what good has happened because we ain't even gonna elaborate on the bad. Even though this is a testimonial show, we had to go through the bad to get to the good. Yeah. But we want to keep
then we'll start crying.
Right.
Okay.
So tell us, Maria.
Okay, I was gonna let Stacy go first.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's been great. I mean, as actors, as I know from me and most of us out here, it's been a journey. I mean, there's ups and downs and peaks and valleys, but it's been good the last 10 years. I got a chance to work on Scandal. Got a chance to work on her show that she works on also, Saints and Sinners. And been around, and I mean, it's been great. And I've been, shooting commercials here and there, but Sons of Anarchy recurred on there for one season. So it's just been great. I mean, it's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I'm bi-coastal here and I shoot in Atlanta too. And it's been a whirlwind, just building relationships with casting directors and producers and all that kind of stuff. It's a long haul. It's 7 marathons. So, but it's been a blessing. And I just shot the TV show Lucifer last week.
All right.
And that's gonna be on Netflix. And so
I paid my bill.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just been all through the grace of God, man. But I've been broke a lot too. Broke. Then you get money, then you go broke, then you get money, then you try to save, then you got to get your savings, and then you go broke again and get money, and then you get behind on your SAG dues, and then all of a sudden you book something again. I'm telling the truth, for real though. Shoot, I had to pay my SAG dues before I went on the set.
He said a mouthful.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Because are you done? Because I don't want to jump in there. Because Lord, I was feeling everything up and down when she was talking about. I was like, oh, what are you talking about? Get out of my life. Get out of my life.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been the 10 years. Some of this I can't even remember. I think I had selective amnesia because I don't want to remember some of the stuff.
That's right.
But the things that come to mind are, like Stacy said, the biggest thing being out here in LA is building relationships.
Yes.
And if you want to come with your little plan, all up in a little box with a little wrapping and a cute little bow, give it up, because that's not how it's going to work out.
That's
you really have to be open. The average person doesn't even have a clue as to the stamina and the perseverance that it takes to withstand not only the traffic and maybe a parking ticket.
I've been booted before.
Right. I ain't used to that street cleaning. But yeah, that and just the going in a room, and sometimes it's very isolated here.
Yeah.
In the sense that, now you're from the East Coast, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I came here from Atlanta. So I moved here from Atlanta back in 2000.
Okay. So, and you're from the East Coast. So there's a different thing on the East Coast. I want to call it touchy-feely. That's just my little term.
Mm-hmm.
But out here, not that people aren't touchy-feely, not that they aren't caring. It's just that people are spread out. Mm-hmm. So there is the element and component of feeling alone a lot and isolated, more so isolated. Like, I must be the only one feeling this way. And you're not, but with the help, with the grace of God, that's how I knew I could deal with this. Because I think I can go anywhere in the world and be okay. Mm-hmm. But LA is this different kind of machine. It's a different kind of beast. And I mean, if anybody feels like they want to come out and do this thing, live your life. Just talk to God first. Live your life, because I prayed on this thing, and just because you pray on it and it is in your destiny, in your journey, doesn't always mean it's going to look like you think it's going to look. So you still got to be open. Now I won't preach. We leave it alone. So I mean, this is real. This is real truth.
Oh, I know it's real, because it just with doing an Antidote show for 10 years, I feel isolated all the time, and I'm still on the East Coast.
Okay,
but you feel that isolation because the relationships you build, and you have to stay consistent in building, has to be people that are like-minded as yourself.
Yeah, and people evolve at different rates too, and times. So you can't be getting mad at someone just because they're not on the same page as you.
That's right.
When you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody
knows you got to meet them where they are.
You meet people where they are.
Yeah, in order for you, in this industry, you better meet them where they are.
Everybody has that, every artist have their own lane. And I mean, if you don't, just stay in your lane. Or don't worry. You can't compare your lane to somebody else.
That's
right. You can have my life.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, and it's real, because I respect your career and where you come from. I mean, I remember you from the Cali Park all day.
Yes.
Back in the day, you be on TV every night. But when you look back, and when you look back at where you started, and then the people who pretty much started around you, and then some people blew up already, some people got success, and then there are people like me who got success, then things went up and down. I mean, it happens differently for everybody.
Right.
And your thing is to stay in your prayer, stay in your lane. And I call it the prayer lane. You know what I mean? And you just, no matter what, when you go to an audition, you don't get intimidated by anybody, because it's like, at the end of the day, what's meant for you is going to be for you. Just go in there and kill it, and then take it from there.
So we're talking about going in for your audition. How difficult is it booking from the East Coast to the West Coast? Is it different?
That's the first time you see it. I don't call it being difficult to book here as opposed to the East Coast. I'm with Stacy. What's yours is yours.
Right.
There's a different thing that you have to apply and deliver here in the sense of building the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
They may have a different criteria and a different expectation list on the East Coast and here.
Right.
So you just got to know how to play two different things by two different sets of rules. Some things are alike,
Mm-hmm.
but you come out here and it's like you gotta build.
You
can build. And if you're not ready, if you're not willing to do that, don't do it. Don't even play with it.
Right.
Because it will take your pride and
absolutely.
do it, and twist it up, and make
Absolutely.
you and your little ego and twist it up and make you feel like
and make you feel insecure.
Yes.
Because you're gonna get to the point where you feel like, man, am I good at this? Or
Exactly.
and then because you're not getting on certain shows, or certain shows I look at, I'm like, I'm meant to be on that show.
Mm-hmm.
I said that fits who I am and what I can play. It goes with what I do. And then I get frustrated and I'm like, oh wow, a casting director won't call me in. Like, what's up? And then the thing is, you can't get frustrated at that. The casting director just don't know you yet.
That's right.
Because that casting director could know another casting director, and that other casting director could come up in conversation at a restaurant. They could be like, well, yeah, I had Stacy in the other day. Stacy, who's that? Stacy Hall. Yeah, I booked him on such and such. He's great. You ever see him, call him in. And then so word of mouth gets around because the casting director market, the producer market, they all know each other.
And you got to, as long as we are consistent in what we do. And that's when we go to auditions, we do our job. That's work. That's not just going to audition and hope. No, that's part of the job.
That goes into my next question. How much work does it take, or what is the mindset of getting into that role? What was your hardest role to get into of something that you...
All of them. All of them stuff. You want to?
No, go ahead.
I won't say anything has been the hardest. I will say a role specifically, but the type of things that are hardest for me are, I don't know, because I know my lane.
Right.
Doctor, lawyer, teacher, that kind of stuff. I know my lane, and I know what's natural and authentic for me as a person, because you're going to always have to bring yourself into any role.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I was playing, because I do a lot of voiceover work. So when I have to get into all those different kind of characters, which may be anything from interactive video games, where you got this big goddess that's like, or you might have a little kid. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. All of them are the same to me. It's just a matter of, do you believe it?
Wow.
Are you committed?
Wow.
Do your job.
That's real.
Do your research? Because I love cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Love cartoons. I think I suck at animation right now. I think that's my weakest link, but that's what I'm working the hardest to be strong at. Yeah,
that's your talent.
And I've got two great mentors that really helped me out a lot. And I'll speak their names again. Charlie Adler, who has done tons of cartoons, and Keith David, who I just finished doing a movie with.
Wow.
So the bottom line is, go do your job. If it's something I need to research, I go research it. I try to cop accents. Mm-hmm. I had to do a voiceover where I had to have a British accent.
Wow.
I don't know how to speak British.
So you just studied.
I studied.
YouTube tell you a lot.
Or I'll call up a friend also who's British or something. And I can mimic pretty decently. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, all roles are the same for me. Some require more research than others, but I don't look at it that way.
Right.
That's hard. I just think, and I agree totally. I mean, my thing is, to me too, one thing I want to add to that is, don't be afraid to turn down a role.
Get out my life.
Don't be afraid to turn down a role, because it could be by a prominent person or prominent casting director. You know that role don't fit you, but you're desperate because you need work.
Right.
So you need to fill that schedule, or you need to fill this, but you feel like the role is not meant for you and you don't feel it. If I get a script and I don't feel it, and I feel like the writer is all over the place, and I feel like it's just going to be corny for me, and then I don't want to look bad in front of the casting director because I don't believe in that character.
Right.
So why would I go in for that in front of this prominent casting director that's going to judge me from that audition, and I'm not going to give it my all?
That's right.
So my thing is, if it doesn't fit, I let my representation know, hey, I don't really feel this.
Yeah.
I'll wait until she called me in for another role. If she called me in for another role, I'll read that and see what's up. Or wait till the next episode. Don't be afraid to wait till the next episode. And that's real.
And guys, that's a lot of things in life, because y'all know I'll wait till the next episode.
Like I was saying and thinking earlier, I turn down more auditions than I accept because of where I am in my life, and because I don't want to take just that, because first of all, I don't want to see me doing that.
Right.
And it's tough. And especially during the time you sit a little down in the valley.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Down in the valley part.
I'm telling you.
Because it's like,
well, you always at
yeah.
the 99
But
stuff.
same thing with a hairstylist, honey.
You
Don't
always.
talk about my home Depot. Don't talk about broke home Depot.
But you
Yeah.
find anything.
Yeah,
on
she can
99
find anything
stuff.
in 99.
I had a lot of
That's
tickets from that other day.
I can't.
Then, yeah, that's what a cosmetologist too.
Mhm.
You know, I'll turn down a weave job if that ain't my expertise. If that ain't my expertise, I don't do all that micro braiding. I ain't doing all that.
Right.
I know how to,
Right.
but I'm not getting ready to do all that.
That's fun.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got a bad weave and I can't help you, baby, don't call me because I stay in my lane.
Yeah, and I tell actors too that one thing I learned in this business, and I don't know if it ever happened to you, but I know it happened to me, that if you flub an audition and you know you can fix it right away, you said, you keep on pushing through it, but it's okay to ask them, can I get that one more time?
I've done it.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
because
yeah.
you want to give them that master.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, again, going back to, and I don't want to get too deep in detail because we can read a master class.
There you go.
But if you are not plugged in in touch with yourself, you won't have that confidence to do that. Understanding that when you go in the room, that's your time.
That's your time.
Right.
Don't rush your time.
Right.
And feel confident enough and be human.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to deal with that when I'm singing all the time. I got to be human.
Right.
People, we give people permission to be human when we're human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those casting directors, they're human too.
Yeah.
I don't, and my thing is all a team thing in my head. I don't work for them. They don't work for me. We work together.
That's right.
And if we get that, like agents, I don't work for an agent.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We work as a team.
And
when we mature to that place, then I think life gets a lot better.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I in the conversation, and I was talking about branding earlier, with you guys doing that and declining different roles that you don't fit. It goes back into protecting your brand with everything.
I mean, that's what it is. It's protecting your brand and it's protecting your reputation.
Guarding your heart.
I think, and I mean, I think and I did that before. Early in my career, I went out for an audition for the stupidest comedy that I can imagine. And the script was jibber jab all over the place. And I was playing a machine. A Betamax machine. Okay.
The Beta.
Yeah, I'm playing the machine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to be up and all robotic, and the script that was coming out, that I'm sitting there reading this, I'm like, I don't feel right. And then what happened was, my agent said, well, I mean, they really want to see you if you want to go in. And I went in, and this casting director, I always wanted to go to her. I said, not for this. Then my agent kept on saying, well, you should get in to see her. They just want to see you. They called me again. I turned it down twice. And then I finally just said, forget it. I'm going to go in. And I laid an egg. I bombed. And it was the most humiliating experience of my career.
Because you kept building up the sabotaging anyway.
Thank you.
Within yourself.
Right, within myself.
Right.
And then because I was questioning, why would I turn it down? I need work, and this casting director don't know me yet, and this would be a chance to get in front of her. And and so the casting assistant really helped me get in the room because she knew me, right? And I went in there, and to me, I just bombed because I couldn't figure this character out at all. But I was still young in my career. But to me, that hurt. Even though the casting director ain't thinking about it years later, but I'm still.
But that was your lesson. That was your takeaway.
That was my lesson. I said, no way I would ever do that again.
And there are times, because a lot of times the agents don't read the scripts they're sending you, and so because they don't have time. And so what I do, I read, and then if it's something I have a problem with, I point it out to them. I say, well, guys, come on, this is not what I want to do. Going back to the teamwork, and bottom line. There have been times when I'm like, okay, now this is decent enough. Don't feel like I fit it, but my agent knows I go in to be seen by new eyes sometimes. So that's another decision we make, another choice we make. But if it's something I don't feel, I'm like you. I'm not gonna. But that comes with maturity.
Yeah, it does.
It comes with time and experience.
It comes with time and experience, and you got to be willing to say, no, I'm gonna take a loss on that one.
Yeah,
right.
It's not even a loss; it's a gain.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's not even a loss.
Absolutely.
Because it makes you feel better about going to the next spot.
Because I mean, I tell actors too, your job is to go in there and book the casting director. So you want to put yourself in a
for
position to
future
go in it. Yeah. You're always
Make
auditioning
a
for the
friend.
next
As
job.
the thing is, you got a friend in the room.
Exactly.
I didn't know what that meant when somebody said it to me out here. I'm like, what is that?
Right.
Because I'm gonna leave that alone.
No.
Because there was so much lingo I had to learn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he's like, you made a they're a fan. They're a fan of yours.
Yeah.
I'm like,
or you're on a short list. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You're
I
what do you
understand
call
all
it?
that.
When you're a call out, that means they don't have to. You don't really submit the casting director to think of you for certain roles,
Yeah.
and that happens from time to time with me.
Yeah.
So you got casting directors out here that are favor style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for them, I'll do almost anything because they are my cash pocket too. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of the things where slowly but surely you just got to build over time. I mean, I think that's the most important. And when you go in the room too, I see actors sometimes they kissy. Oh hi, how you doing? I haven't seen you. How are the kids? You know, just to try to intimidate
And
other
I
people.
don't get intimidated by that one.
No,
means nothing.
no, me either.
Because that happened recently to me. Somebody went up and said, "Oh, hi, and so I was like, cool. That's cool. I'm the only one looking like I was looking up, and everybody else looked the same. I said, good. I'm good. I don't need to look like anybody else. And I got pinned.
Wow, that's awesome.
I went up in there and they were checking the avail because I know I walked out of the room and the casting director was going, "Don't change your hair on your head. Don't cut your hair. Don't color it. Don't do anything." And I knew I was going to be back.
Yeah, because you never know. And that happened to me. I was at Disney and going out for a Disney show, and the actual guy that was auditioning for my role was the warm-up guy for the audience. So, he was the warm-up guy. And he went in the room before me, and everybody, hey, how's it going? How's your wife Sharon? Whatever. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting out there, I'm like, whew, I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, this guy's the warm-up guy. I'm here? You know what I mean? So I go in there, and I just said, forget that. I go in there and just focused on what I had to do. And I killed, and I ended up getting the job.
Wow.
And then I found out later, they said, yeah, the guy that auditioned for your role, he actually will do the warm-ups for the show. I said, the warm-ups know all the producers. They know everybody.
Because they're there. They put time in.
They're there every day. So you just never know what's for you. Like I said, it's for you. And it's finding a way to stay grounded. But like she was going back earlier by being that you feel isolated. I definitely feel isolated because I'm way in Palmdale.
Well, you want to have sometime?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get together. Yeah, I mean, and write scenes together sometime too, because I respect your work.
Oh, thank
you. I mean, I watch you on Saints and Sinners. It was another show that you was on, Revolution, I think it was. I watched that. I watch your shows because you're on.
Oh.
So
and I'd be so happy to see her. I'll be like, that's my girl.
Yeah. So when I knew she was interviewing you, I was like, yo, I'm a big fan.
Oh,
I watch. There are certain actors I watch. And I learn and I learn from them. And I said, well, cool. I see what she did. I see the choices that she made, and that's how I learn and I get better.
I learn by watching as well.
Yeah,
I do too.
And like this new great show, I got to get on it. You got to get on it. Manifest. They shoot it in New York. It's incredible. It's about.
They shoot it during the winter time.
I think they're shooting. I think they're done shooting now.
Okay,
but I think it's the number one show on CBS. Yeah, check it out on Monday.
So with all the shows that you guys have shot, what was the one show that just stands out the most? That just gave you the most joy? That was one of the best.
That is so tough.
That's
a tough one, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because it's a very long list of the shows that I love because I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard one because TV is different than film. And this summer I did 3 independent films back to back, and they were jewels. But that doesn't take away from anything else I've done. Right. Now, if you want to talk, you got to break it down in categories. And put
like say on the set with the crew, just every day you couldn't wait to get there because it was going to be funny, hilarious, and fun.
That's hard for me.
It's hard.
Yes, it is.
But that's good though.
And I'm not making
that's good though.
Now,
that's really good.
I got a couple of shows if you want to ask me.
On the flip side,
I got about 1 or 2.
You only got about 2,
and that's a short list. But yeah, I've had so much fun because I'm so grateful. See, you got the reason why I say this. I am a biology major, chemistry minor. Mm-hmm. I did not study acting in school. I just been acting in the family because there's that family.
That's what we do.
But I never studied it professionally until I was into it. I went and took music theory after I was singing professionally. I took acting classes after I started acting. So I did it kind of the opposite order. So I'm just grateful and happy to be at the party.
I know that's
so
right.
I'm not a good one to ask that question.
Wow.
Okay,
Well,
so
I know for me, it was one of my favorite times was working 2 years on Raising the Bar. It was on years ago on TNT.
I like that. I like Raising the Bar.
Actually, you was in LA when I booked it. Remember?
I was in LA when you booked it.
When I booked it, and I worked on there for 2 seasons. I recurred 14 episodes, and I enjoyed growing. See, as an actor, sometimes you're only as good as the chances that you get. Like given that opportunity, given that meaty material, and having a recurring role, that was the first time I ever had a recur, and working with Stephen Bosco, and this guy coming up to you saying, "Hey, you light up the screen when you're on screen."
Wow.
When he told me that, it gave me all the confidence in the world. And working with him and his son, Jesse Bosco, and R.I.P. Stephen Bosco, man. God may he rest in peace. But he was definitely one of the typhoons with NYPD Blue, and the list goes on and on and on.
Shows.
So many great shows.
He's like the male Shonda Rhimes.
Right.
Wow.
And so when you work with people who have that kind of experience and that are legendary, and they give you the 1 iota of a compliment, it gives you all the confidence in the world. You know what I mean?
They see that thing in you.
Yeah. Or a casting director speak up in the room and say, "Hey, we love you." And you know what happened? You never know sometimes. I went in there for one line. One line.
Okay, that's another story right there.
I remember getting to the audition.
I love that they talk. They talk.
You know what I'm saying? I'll get into the audition. You never know where one line can go.
Because
I'll get into that audition. I was a king of one liners. Hell, I throw a party over one line. I'm like, I'm premiering on such tonight. One line. I have 30 people at the house.
It's harder to deliver one line because you have one time.
You have one time, and you have how much range can you show?
Yeah.
You gotta add something there. Yeah. So anyway, I went in there and I had to pee. And I was running late for the audition. I couldn't find parking. I finally ran in there, right? And then as soon as I signed in, the casting director was calling me in the room. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I said, "There's only one line. I'm cool. I'm gonna go in there." Stephen Bosco, the guy who created the show, David Feiger, all of them sit behind this long table. And I was like, and all of a sudden, it felt like a blessing was coming into my life. I was like, I don't have to pee anymore. This is great. And I did my one line, right? And I said, right after that, they booked me on the show. And I went to wardrobe. I didn't know I was doing multiple shows until I went to wardrobe. Wardrobe said, "Yeah, you're playing Vince. We're gonna have you on a lot, so we got to make sure we get you."
Isn't that so sweet? That's a beautiful feeling.
And they said, they was like, "Welcome to the show."
Recurring is a beautiful thing.
I think the first time Stacy was recurring, I got all kind of selfies.
I'm telling you, I was, and it was to work with James Cusmary, Mark Paul Goswell. I played one of his close friends on the show, so that was my favorite experience. And working with so many different directors, one episode and the director is prepping the next episode. So when you when you get a recurring role, you get a chance to work with multiple directors, and you run into them again. Yeah. I did a movie last year of a director that I shot with on Raising the Bar. You know what I mean? And Jackie Burns cast me in that movie called The Edge of Fear. And I'm like, so for me, like you, I got many of them, but it's sometimes when you work on a set for so long, you get to make relationships and they're like family.
It's like, you know what? It's like going to class, getting paid to go to work. I know that. Getting paid to learn. Because that's always been my thing. Anytime you have an opportunity to get paid to learn, take it. Definitely. That's a good thing. Because something you said about going on that set, just that confidence of being recurring.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level.
Yeah. And it raises the stakes. You know what I mean? And that's what, and it gives you a boost because as an actor, you want to grow. And when you get something recurring, your character is going to evolve, in some kind of way. And they're thinking of you episode after episode after episode. And like I said, when I went there for that one line, he wrote this book called Indefensible, which turned into Raising the Bar. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm the lawyer and you're the court officer that I was best friends with." And I said, "Wow." He said, "When you came in the room, I had to pick you because I just knew you was him."
And which brings you to another point. Sometimes walking in that room ain't got nothing to do with your lines, ain't got nothing to do with how you look. It's got how you make them feel.
Yes.
Because people underestimate that subliminal messaging, that human spirit of anything. When you connect, that's unspoken. I'm gonna leave that.
Absolutely.
Go talk about
absolutely
that.
Right. Yeah.
All right, guys. If y'all are just tuning in, this is the Antidote Show. We are here in California with Stacy Hall and Marie Howell. We are talking about their careers, what they do. It ain't a career, it's what they do. Okay? They do this thing. So if you love what you do, you never go to work. So they don't go to work, but they do expect a check. Nah. Let's not get that twisted. On time.
Because that's another thing.
That's another thing.
Once I shoot, if my management don't get me my check within 2 weeks, 14 days. If I don't get my check, I'm on their butt. I mean, like white on rice. Don't hold my money. Don't be like, well, we're waiting until they clear. No, y'all got money in the bank already. That's my money that's in the bank. 90% of it.
Right.
I need my check.
That's right.
No, look.
He said 90%.
Huh?
Yeah.
90% of it, right? 10% of it? Right. So I was just the show I just shot. I made sure I called cast and crew. Hey, look here. Yeah, I wanted to check on a show I just shot. When did you shoot it? Oh, I shot it 3 days ago. Yeah, I know where they turn payroll in on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Where did they send it? Oh, they sent it to my manager.
Okay.
Hey, look at Sharon. When you get that check, let me know. And I'd be like, direct deposit mine. I'd be like, look, I'm at Chase. Direct deposit my check.
I can't take it.
I don't want to get lost in the mail.
See this? See, that's what they do. This is why hey, listen, let me tell you something. This is awesome. Because if you've been watching the Antidote Show lately, I've had some guests that have nothing to say, so then I have to talk. I don't have to talk. You know what I'm saying? All I had to do is introduce. You hear me? Because they are doing it. I am so excited for them. We have Marie Howell and Stacy Hall. They are actors here in LA as well as Atlanta. Marie's, she's just not acting. She does a lot of different things. Listen, if you know about Sambucas in Atlanta, hey, that's where I saw her at first. And I'm telling you, I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute of it. Yeah, Cafe 290 as well. So Maria's a singer. If I had some music, you know, I'd have been an actor to sing some. You know, ain't nothing but wrong with a little acapella. Praise the Lord.
I just got my voice back 2 days ago. I never get voice, but just gonna say 3 syllables. Homecoming, y'all. I had said she's homecoming. Yes, I did. I went there and I went there and I went there. Yeah, and I'm back. And my voice.
That's what's up.
And it's crazy because I had to do a voiceover this morning. I was like,
oh wow.
Keep me near the crowd.
Right.
Yeah, I had to fake that out.
Speaking of voiceover, I want how that's a struggle of mine to get in the game of voiceover. It's a very tight knit. Voiceovers are hard to get in. You know what I mean? I've probably been to like maybe a handful of voiceover auditions in 20 years. So how did you stick and move in that part of the business?
Well, yes. How did you stick and move in that part of the business?
For my life and experience, I started in Atlanta. Well, let me take that back. I was doing jingles. Jingles, there's a difference between voiceover and jingle. Jingles is that's when you sing. The voiceover is when you speak. For those that don't know what a VO is. So I started back in Atlanta, consistently doing voiceover work, and that basically it took a few years. But I'm strategic in my mind, or actually I am anyway. I said, okay, what city am I in? Okay, who's the top dog in this city? And I went for that top dog, female. Jean Barrett, she does voiceovers all over the place. And I went to her and I asked her, I said, I'd like to be produced, help me figure this out.
Right.
And she kind of pointed me in the right direction.
Oh, awesome.
And then I started doing things. And Joyce Somerville, you ever remember the commercial Publix? Where you always hear the end of it. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Yes. The woman is Jean Barrett.
Oh, wow.
The man who does it is her husband.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Joyce Somerville, who I met through music. So the relationships again. And she just kind of guided me a little bit and gave me some tidbits. And then I started training. I've taken voiceover, I've taken animation, I've taken audiobooks because I do audiobooks too. I've taken all these different trainings. So I know how to deliver. And so it's a matter of, we'll talk about it later, but it's a matter of just figuring out the networking of it, training and the relationships, and being patient enough.
In other words, making the right moves
Just
with the right people.
Yeah. And like I said, I took classes wherever I could. In my agency, they have a department of voiceover, so they audition.
Well, I mean, the only voice I did, I'm the voice of Smokey Bear.
All right.
So so I've done that, and that's on YouTube and all. But they ran it for years, and so I played Smokey Bear, play his voice, and then I turned it into
line. What do you mean?
It's the commercial where you go on.
Fire?
Yeah, I said, man, you burning some leaves out here. Yeah, I'm the one I'm the smoky voice because I turn back into myself. Because the white guy burning leaves outside, then I go knocking on the door, and he answers the door, and I turn into Smoky Bear. So they GCI
I need to get up. I need to
with all my moves. Look here, I'm telling you, man. But it's still a hard task getting in the voice, of which I'm willing to train. I'm a believer in. I train all the time. If I don't have the money to take acting classes, I will straight up just go over scripts over and over and over again, and just to make sure. Then I write. I also write, and that's been helping me too. I write on the Celtic app, and I write sitcoms. I write, movies and short films, and it helps me explore my mind from my own creativity.
Awesome.
We can talk.
Awesome. So let me ask you guys, what advice would you give someone new coming into this business?
I personally would say know who you are, know where you are in your life at the time that you're trying to get in. Be okay with where you fit, because too many people they're trying to get in and want to attain what somebody else has.
Right.
You gotta know who you are, so you're not wasting your time. Because everybody has a calling, everybody has a purpose, everybody has something that they're supposed to be doing and how they fit. But if you're sitting up here looking like I want to be, let me go take it to singing. If you're trying to be Beyonce, Beyonce is Beyonce.
That's right.
If you're too busy, my little personal mantra is always don't compare yourself to anyone else. Be who you are.
That's right.
Because if you spend so much time trying to be somebody else, you may be the next person to start a new trend, but you're too busy trying to be. Don't compare yourself to somebody else.
That's right.
It's one thing to observe and learn, but it's another thing trying to be somebody else. Spend time getting to know who you are.
That's right.
And then where you fit. Because, for example, I know I am not, I don't know. Okay, I can't think of anybody else right now. I can't think of anybody. But I know where I fit. I know the category of where I fit. I fit in a CCH founder, Cicely Tyson, Angela Bassett, and Alfred Woodard. Yes. I know I fit in that category. That's just that. Guess what? That's a doggone good category to fit into.
That's right.
So I know where I fit, and I spend time learning that.
Right.
Because I study, I watch, I pay attention, and I don't want to be them, but I know I'm in the same arena as them as far as that category.
Right.
And then I say, you know what, just be the best you can be. And guess what? You're much more content, because I want to be content wherever I am.
Right, most definitely.
So
Stacy, what do you think? What advice would you give to someone new coming into this business?
Coming into this business, have 2 forms of ID. Because you're going to have to get a job. Okay.
You know what? That's true though.
And just know that even if you're working on TV shows and you're doing that, look, man, train as much as you can, get you a job to support your career. And even after you're shooting TV shows, you think you need to quit your job? Don't.
They can write you out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You look at somebody like Marla Gibbs. She was 3 seasons into the Jeffersons before she quit her job at the airport. She was working for United Airlines. And she was like, no, I'm not going to lose my benefits. I didn't know whether the show was going to stay on.
That's right.
So, I mean, I think if you start off smart, you can prepare yourself for the longevity of it. And just know that it ain't going to be overnight. And just try to have things in your personal life. You know what I mean? Your belief in God, the how you want to look at it spiritually, because there's going to be a lot of rejections. You're going to get rejected way more than you get selected. So I mean that's and that's for the rest of your life. So get ready for that rejection, and try not to have no criminal history, and try not to be on child support, because if you got child support coming out your check,
I can't take it.
more than likely you can't invest in your career.
That's true.
This is
Well, you invested in your children where you should be investing anyway.
I'm just
How about
saying,
that?
take care of them kids.
It's so real.
But don't have 3 or 4 baby mamas taking it out of your check.
Yeah, because she gonna get it all.
And let me just throw this comical air in there.
Mhm.
Why are you gonna get a pet? You can't support yourself.
That's right.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I see some of these pets, and you gotta feed the pet, and it's like,
Child, that pet'd be dead by the time I got back to the house, because I ain't never home.
I'm gonna tell you,
Oh,
man.
pet. That's why I can't find Oreo.
I be working
Where's
in leasing
Oreo?
sometimes. I be working in leasing, like I rent out apartments too. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? In between, I can go from the set to the leasing office. I mean, that's just, and I've been in this business 20 years.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, until some salad come along again, hey, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you have to do what you have to do.
what you have to
Like,
do.
you got,
talking.
it's called a balance.
Yeah, you got people.
You got to make that thing balance. You got to get, you got to get some stability about yourself to be able to make it balanced. Because being unstable is, you're going to continue to even be unstable in your script. Okay. So let me ask you guys this. We have about 20 minutes left into the show. And if you're just tuning in, I have Marie Howell and Stacy Howell. Let me tell you, these are major celebrities, so you better recognize the Antidote show is in.
Celebrity too.
They don't know. They better know. They better know. But we're all the way in Cali, and y'all already know. Y'all know where I'm gonna pop up at and who I'm gonna pop up with. But it's all about having good relationships with people, because I've been with Stacy over 17 years and Maria over 10 years, and I would not allow. They wouldn't even come to sit on my couch if my relationship wasn't right with them. You feel me? You think they'd be sitting in this traffic for me? I feel special. Y'all don't even know how special I feel, and you should too.
Gas out in LA is $4.
Oh my God! When I saw the gas and they gave me that 11 passenger van, you already know it's parked.
So can I just have one passenger?
Yes.
So, like how about when I go to the East Coast every time, I'm like, don't even let me see the gas. I don't want
yes.
to see
$2.80. Are you kidding me? I saw Vegas gas. It was like $3.89. I was like, you gotta be kidding. I won't be driving. I would Lyft, boo. Okay, that's my new name, Marshall Lyft Brown.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay, so guys, give me do me a favor, because I know I have some actors, because I tried acting, baby. I have to go to class a lot.
Hilarious.
A lot. Even though the guy, the producer guy, whatever, he really liked me. He was like, yeah, I could see you playing in corrections, the guard, and stuff like that. Yeah. But I can't even remember people's names on the show. So you talking about remembering script? You see, I got questions right here. Don't play. So I was a connoisseur back in the day. I'm delivered, God's work.
You did those stand up too.
I did stand. And I had a bomb. I bombed one time, child, but I made it funny anyway. But I don't have a problem. See, because, and I'll go stand on a comedian stage or any of that and do all that because I have confidence in me. Right. And I'm delivered from people. And that's one of the things in this industry, in acting industry, anything you have to get delivered from people, because people gonna always try to damn you. Okay, they're gonna always try to discourage you. And say, oh, you can't make it. Oh, you're not going to make it. Oh, you're not going to do it. But you have to know yourself, who you are and whose you are. And you have to walk in that. Okay, so with that being said, I want you to encourage, Maria, I want you to encourage that young lady who's going into this, because with the whole Me Too thing, they kind of shied back and kind of fearful. Some of the young people in acting school and class, they may be kind of fearful of that. In the same way for you, Stacey, I want you to talk to young men, because my whole thing is I'm really reaching out to our brothers, because we as women have to really start speaking life to y'all. We have to start speaking life to y'all, because y'all got so many X's on y'all already with society, being black, this, that, man, da. Me too, all that kind of stuff. And I'd like to speak life to my brothers, to encourage them to keep on keeping on, regardless of what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Because brothers can get by much faster when they know they got a positive black woman behind them. Whether it's a friend, they mama, they auntie, or somebody. Brothers, find that positive black woman in your family that's doing good, that's speaking life, and cling to her. Okay, cling to her so she can help you get to that next level. Because we got to build the men up. Because at the end of the day, there is order. And we are so out of order right now because women have gotten so much independence that they think they demand. You ain't, boo. I don't care how many hormones you take and don't have breasts and growing other things. I don't care about none of that. It's what you was born into. Okay? The same way with female. I ain't hating, bashing. I ain't hating and bashing nobody. If that's your lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. But there are rules to the game, and we'll talk about it on the next show. Okay, I'm gonna make sure and schedule that and put in my notes. But encourage our youth. Most definitely encourage our youth.
I mean, I just for young men out there, all I can say is, man, it's all about respect. Respect will mold you more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Have respect for your family. If you got respect for your mom and your dad, you got respect for your aunties and the people who paved the way for you. And I think that's how I grew. I grew up in Mississippi. So, my thing was all about.
Don't they still have slaves in Mississippi?
They just abolished slavery in '95.
Oh, really?
But no, Mississippi is a fun place. I mean, it got a lot of hospitality, and we all about hospitality there. And when I was growing up, anybody can whoop you.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? And
That's
I think once they took prayer out of schools and put them switches up, these little boys think they grown already.
That's
you understand what I'm saying? But my thing is find something that you can be passionate about, that you can be creative about, because I believe everybody got talent.
That's right.
Some people may not use their
tapped
talent
into it
or tapped into it yet.
Yeah.
But just try to figure out where you want to be and tap into it. And look, man, with all this police brutality for the young guys that's driving around out there, just try to ride clean, and be respectful. When the officer pull you over, we already on the hot seat. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, put your hands on the wheel, do everything they say. You know what I'm saying? Act like a preacher's kid if you got to. You just need to stay alive. So you can strive and follow your dreams and go for what you know. But yeah, I think it's about respect and finding that it factor in you that drives you every day to be a great person. Because it's all about being a likable person.
Mm-hmm.
You want people to like you. You want to be liked in society. That's how you get jobs. A lot of times, you go in a room, even in the acting game. Sometimes it ain't about your performance. Sometimes they like the other person's performance a little bit better than yours, but they like you. They feel they can work with you, and you end up getting the job because of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure other actors I've gotten jobs over different other actors because of they like me a little bit more, or they got the job over me because they like them more. But just know that, just find your niche, man, and just be respectful to these women, and try your best to treat them like you would treat your mom, and that's what we say.
Amen.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on all of that, and I'm always going to come back down to square one in my world.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, you gotta have, I call it, you gotta be plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have your spirituality in the right place, in a good, healthy place, and I'm saying this because I learned later. I grew up in church. I was there every Sunday. We were the last family to leave.
I know, right? Two services.
And my grandmama always volunteered us without us knowing. She was volunteering us, and we'd be like, "Your grandmama said you was gonna take us to the car for me." Yeah, we were that family.
So you felt right at home when you did Color Purple.
Right.
Oh, I digress. So I'm saying all that to say, I grew up in church. I knew all that, but growing up in church, being in church every Sunday does not guarantee your relationship, your spirituality,
that's right,
your connection with God. And I learned a little late in life what that truly meant. And when you get that foundation right, it just makes it easier, makes it more manageable for you to make the decisions and choices. Because this is how I do right now in my life. This may be kind of weird to most people, but you know what? I'm at an age I don't care. This person,
that's right.
Because I came to this place. I said, okay, Maria, you don't know how long you're gonna be on this earth. Because I believe we're spiritual beings having a human experience.
That's right.
We're not the opposite way around.
Right.
And a lot of us get so caught up in the human part. Okay,
that's
now
right.
I digress. I said, oh, I'm picking a number, 85. So I pick 85. That's how I feel. I'm gonna live to 85. I could be 90, could be 95, could be 105. I don't know. But I picked 85 because that was realistic in my head. And I said, okay, now what do you need to do this day, that day, this day, that day, to get to the way you want to be feeling when you're 85?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I conduct my everyday life. I'm where I want to be. I'm kind how I want to be. So I can feel good when I'm 85
That's right.
about my life.
Yes.
So I'm just living it in reverse.
That sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? And that way I'm kinder. I love deeper. I tell people I love them. I forgive myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all
Main
those kinds of
thing.
things. And I understand that this career is not everything.
Right.
This career is important.
Right.
This career is not everything. But
Right.
guess what? Because if I didn't have my life and my health,
That's right.
I couldn't do any of this other stuff anyway.
That's right. And we have to, and really, when you're a spiritual being, you already know it's already done. You trying to get to the end. It's already done. We trying to get to the end. So when we running late, I don't care. Because guess what? He already knew what it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. So, you know, seriously, when things happen, I'm running late to a meeting, I'm running late somewhere or something. I've tried to be consistent and be on time. But however things happen, but God already knew. He keeps us from danger, seen and unseen. We don't know.
Yeah, and it's a process too. If like you're a tardy type person, and this goes with work ethic and all this, and just living or whatever. If you're a tardy type person, until you get to the place, like for example, you messed up something because you're late. That's a lesson. Learn it. Fix it. But thank God, God's merciful and forgiving.
Yeah, yes,
to let us learn our lessons.
But those producers ain't be late to one of them auditions.
Oh, you better be on.
That's what I'm saying.
Day,
so it teaches you. It teaches you every day, even as you guys go to your auditions and things like that, and get the role or don't get the role. It's something you've learned.
Or learn how to maneuver in California traffic
be on
time. Learn how to get your butt off the highway and go through the neighborhood.
Can we talk?
Take some over.
I still don't know all the back roads.
Okay, guys, we gotta go.
You go from one part of LA to the next.
Okay.
Always, and they always run along 405.
Well, I'm going to learn the highways because you know I'm living bi-coastal too. I ain't living bi-coastal. I'm living to the north, south, east, and west. I'm all coastals. Okay, that's where I'm at. All
world, all world,
all coastals. So, okay, I have just two more questions for you guys. Where can we find you? Where can they find you? And what do you have coming up next? What great events you got coming up? What are you involved in? What shows you got coming on so they can keep their eyes open and watching that?
Okay. Well, I know for me, just like I said, I just shot the show Lucifer. It was a great, great show. And it's going to be on Netflix. But you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Stacy Hall. That's how I go by. And I perform around LA. I just did Ice House a couple of weeks ago. So if you're into comedy, if you want to see some stand-up, I do my stand-up. I've actually been doing stand-up for over 20 years. I used to be on Comic View years ago.
And that's how you're able to act so smoothly.
Yeah, it does. It does. And you're acting, even though you're creating your own material.
Your timing?
Yeah, your timing. You got to hit that. You got to hit that joke. You got to make everybody laugh at one time. That's extremely hard. When I first started, I was getting booed. I used to get booed before I went on stage because they seen me last week. They seen me last week.
Oh,
they just like, boom, boom. I'm like, dude, I haven't got on stage yet.
He was that.
I mean, that was at 559 in Atlanta. If anybody know about the Ash Street.
Well, y'all know we know about the 559. We was pulling up in the U-Haul.
On the West End, when you had to have
we was pulling up in the U-Haul, for real. 559. We was pulling up in the U-Haul. We had the party out back. As a matter of fact, Bruce was coming to the beauty salon on Muhammad Ali. Martin Luther King with the bubbles on the window getting his ponytail slicked back. Don't hate. Don't hate. That was 2099.
That's history in this room.
Most definitely. I remember Bruce.
That was the year before I did Atlanta.
Yeah. And check out, I do a lot of sketches, great sketches that my home team in Atlanta. It's called We the People Comedy. It's on Facebook. You gotta go watch those sketches. They're clean, they're funny. And they're like Saturday Night Live, so please check it on. Yeah, when we shoot some stuff, come on and do a sketch with us. They're only like 4 minutes long.
That's all I need.
And I mean, they hit.
That's all I need.
And we got different directors for each sketch.
We're not gonna be related.
Right. So Maria, tell them what you got coming up. We got about less than 5 minutes left.
Okay, well, I've got a couple of events. Matter of fact, a couple of them on the East Coast. I'm going to be performing. I produce a show here, first of all, in Hollywood, which has been going on for about a year, called Duets, and it's a live music concert series, and we do it once a month, and that's awesome. So if you go, go on my website and all this kind of stuff, and all that information is there. But my charity, I love my charity, Students Without Mothers. And I don't know if we were talking about that the first time when we met 10 years ago, but that's been going great. I've got a concept group called Girls in Gowns. It's the gig. Anyway, so we are going to be doing that December 9th in Atlanta, Southwest Atlanta. And then I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina, November 10th. And I'll be in Reno, Nevada. I'm going backwards. Reno, Nevada. Also in first weekend of December, I think it is. So you can go to my website, Maria Howell. That's Maria, like West Side Story, Maria, and Howell, like, am I dating myself? Howell the third. MariaHowell.com. Just go there. Everything is there, and I would love to talk with you because I email people.
Yeah, she does. She does. She get back with you. She does. I must say that. Now, Stacy, on the other hand.
Good luck.
You gotta befriend him about 5 times, and you was his friend at first. You know what I'm saying? He will block you. Okay. No good. But guys, I am so honored to be able to come to LA and spend the evening with you guys. Y'all know.
Make it happen, girl.
Yes, I was gonna make sure it happened. But I'm honored. I'm so proud of you guys. I mean, it's been 10 years, and y'all haven't stopped. Y'all haven't stopped, and I'm excited. Every time I see y'all on TV, I'll be like, look at Stacy and them clear see-through drawers in the office. Go, what was the other one? The pigs.
Oh, Feed the Pig.
Feed the Pig.
Yes. So funny. we was this, you gotta check it out on YouTube. It's funny.
So when I see Stacy out there and people be calling me, hey, your friend Stacy, I saw him on a commercial. So they looking out for you too. Everyone is watching. I got all kind of shout outs.
Well, I appreciate y'all watching. Everybody out there.
We got New Jersey.
Another Antidote show.
We got New Jersey on there saying they laughing about 559 and the West End.
Man, sure.
We have Jamaica and Germany.
I got a chicken wing thrown at me.
What?
Yeah, he was eating his chicken wing and he threw it at me. He was like, boom! And just threw it, hit the chicken wing right there on my shoulder. And I went on stage with some penny loafers on one time, no lie. And they threw quarters at me to put in my penny loafers. And if you ain't never been hit by a quarter, it's turning like this, and it's like a knife when it hits you.
No.
So yeah, I've been through it. But hey, I got funny, got on Comedy View for 5 years. I was on Comedy View.
That's all right.
So if you don't give up, who cares? Get booed. Bomb. You know what I mean? Just keep on going.
Yeah, you just have to have tough skin.
Yeah.
You really do.
You just gotta have that perseverance. Yeah. I'm telling you. And I'm a poster child for that because I've been doing this 33 years now.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. I was 5, but I started then. Yeah, I was 5.
And you've been doing it for 33 years. That means you have paved the way.
So, guys, perseverance. That's the key to this game, all right? Perseverance. And establish good relationships. We talk about that all the time on the Antidote show, having good relationships, all about entrepreneurship. A lot of you guys say I'm entrepreneur, and you shitty at having a good relationship with folks. You can't even have a good relationship with the landlord,
personally.
Or even the male people. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it 100.
You are.
I still love the Lord, but it's real.
You are.
But listen, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. But guess what? We will be back in Vegas on Tuesday night at 8:00 Atlanta time, 5:00. What PS?
Let me get
PST.
Let me get it right. Let's get you right. Okay.
See, we got the time zone.
If it's 8:00 EST, which is Eastern Standard Time, it's 2 hours in CST.
Oh, well, I had
Central Standard Time, and it's 3 hours. So there's 8:00, 6:00, and 5:00.
Okay.
5:00 on the West Coast. We're 3 hours different.
Yeah. So and on the West Coast it's 5:00. East Coast is 8. Just stay tuned because you already know I'm coming on.
Because most people don't even talk about the middle.
Right.
They just go.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's too much.
Right.
That's too much. We ain't trying to go to school.
Okay, guys, so tune in. Listen, I got a great surprise for those in Atlanta and those that want to come afar. I'll be posting my invitation for my birthday party. Listen, go vote.
That's right.
Go and vote. Y'all know that's my whole thing for this month. Go and vote and next month because y'all vote on my birthday, November the 6th. So if you don't have anyone to vote for, write my name in and vote for me. Okay,
yeah, that's right.
Go and vote. I want you to go and vote.
Running for something, so you vote for me too.
I'm gonna run for something, but where they don't have whoever you don't want to vote for, write my name in so they'll see me on the ballot. So next year when I run for office, they already know my name.
Well, can I do a shameless plug for my girlfriend that's going for the Board of Education? For anybody in Greensboro, North Carolina, vote for Desiree Fadrell Best. My sorority sister, my college alum, one of my lifelong friends. She's running for, because they ain't got no teachers on the Board of Education. What sense does that make?
And that's
she's an actual teacher.
Who is that? Ortho Thornton in Atlanta. And hey, let's make history in Georgia. Stacey Abrams, okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go on and paint it. We ain't even going blue or purple. Blue or red. We going purple,
Stacey
baby.
Abrams.
Because let me tell you, before the blood comes out, it's blue. Okay? So I need y'all to vote. All right? Make sure and vote. Make sure and vote.
And
you come with your
on the Board of Education.
That's right.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And if you're
well, he's running for the superintendent.
Yeah, but I'm talking about my girlfriend.
I got you. Put her on.
But absentee ballots are special too, because that's what I do.
Yes. Okay, guys.
You vote from here, right?
Yeah, but I know I'm still
in Atlanta.
I'm still registered in Georgia.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Antidote Show. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you just hanging on there. If you didn't watch the show today, guess what? You can wake up and watch it tomorrow with your coffee, okay?
Blame it on the traffic in LA.
Yeah.
See, y'all got a little taste of that. So thank you again, Stacy Hall and Marie Howell. I appreciate you so much. Make sure and keep up with them.
Yeah, for sure. And hit us up on IMDb. So make sure that if a lot of the projects coming out, you'll see them in pre-production, post-production, and and I wish you the best. I wish y'all both the best. And let's have the rest of the 2018 bang it out. 2019.
Y'all know my New Year starts. My New Year starts November the 6th. Okay. So I'm already going into my new year with great things and great blessings. I'll wait till January.
And before you turn that thing on,
yeah.
For all y'all keep asking me to be back on haves and have-nots, write Tyler Perry. I don't write the show. Thank you though for the love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm just sorry my daughter jumped off the bed.
Oh,
Lord. And for all y'all that want me on Oprah's network, call Oprah and tell her she needs me, honey, and Bravo and all them other people. But I do want you guys to nominate me for Cafe Mocha, okay? Check that out. They do have a nomination on there for someone who's doing great things in Atlanta. So check out Cafe Mocha and nominate Mershelle Brown. I would greatly appreciate it. And guys, we got to go. Y'all know I keep y'all to that hour. All right. So at the end of the day, keep God up in your finances and he'll make sure and keep you up.
There you go.
God bless you.
Peace
and
out.
Have a
good night. That was fun. That was really fun.
So crazy.
That was really fun.
We gotta talk.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So, like I said, we've been around each other, like